man. Because I know a lot of you have been asking about the J Tuck videos, the morning videos, right? A lot of y'all really found those helpful. But to be honest with you, I've been so busy, man. I completely forgot all about them. So I was like, yo, what is a way I can kind of combine, kill two birds with one stone, right? And I was like, why don't I just do my morning routines, my morning walks, and just go live and talk to y'all? So right now I'm doing the 75 hard challenge. I am not in prison, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I kind of dress like an inmate. This is my own personal gym. I can do that, right? Ain't nobody out here but me, right? So I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna start just going live on YouTube, also on Instagram when I do my morning walks right now. Because as of right now, I'm doing what's called the 75 hard challenge, right? So that means I have to work outside for 45 minutes, work indoors for 45 minutes. I can't have no sugar, no alcohol. I have to read a book for 10 pages. I gotta, what's up, see? What's going on with you, bro? Good morning, man. I gotta do some other stuff, right? So I have to do this for 75 days in a row, and I'm committed to knocking this out for 75 days. So what I'm about to do, I'm about to hop on my treadmill, go for a walk for about 45 minutes, knock that out, man. But you guys fire out questions. It doesn't just have to be football related. It just doesn't have to be Cowboys related. It can be life related, man. I really just want to talk to my people, man, because I realize I've been extremely busy, y'all. But once again, thank y'all for allowing me to do that. Y'all see what's going on with me and Dez. I have some other stuff in the works with some other NFL athletes, man. So it's just been a huge blessing. And I'm all over the place. And I finally kind of figured out a way where I can just suppress myself and make sure I'm still taking care of me, right? Because I'll be honest with y'all, man. When y'all start, what's up, C man? What's up? What's up? Good morning, man. Top of the morning. When y'all start working with these athletes or when you start to advance, you know what I'm saying? Like you're on their schedule, right? So like if you have like a normal job, right? You can work Monday through Friday and be like, yo, Friday, 5 o'clock, I am done with work. Don't ask me for nothing. I'll see y'all Monday. I'm out, right? But when you start working with some of these high profile athletes, man, it's around the clock. Like I'll get calls like at 1 a.m. and I gotta handle this, right? So I'm jumping out of bed and, you know what I'm saying? I might be at dinner with my wife and I'm getting multiple texts and, you know, I'm trying to work on these deals and, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing a lot of like big business talk and different things like that. So it's really been pulling me in a lot of different directions. So I was like, you know what? I need to finally get on schedule. So if you watch some of my other videos that I used to do in the morning, when I was talking about my calendar, I had to get my calendar like buttoned up, right? So it's like, yo, I'm doing this at this time. This is my workout times. I had to invite some of these players and people to my calendar. So that way you see, yo, it's 10:30 at night, Tuck is asleep, man. Don't ask Tuck for nothing else, bro, because I'm done, right? So we have to kind of set those blocks and set those parameters because it's always important no matter what in life, man. Keep yourself as the priority. We have wives, we have husbands, we have kids, we have jobs, right? But always keep yourself as a priority. You have to be selfish in that capacity, right? So for right now, it's 5 o'clock, right? Y'all know I get up at 4 a.m. DMV, what's up with you, my dog? I get up at 4 a.m. to do my thing. Because right now, ain't nobody up. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my favorite movies as a child, right? Let me get marching, right? One of my favorite movies as a child was He Got Game, right? And y'all remember He Got Game when Denzel and, you know what I'm saying, young Ray Allen was out there in the court. And there's something they said in that movie. Like, there's a lot of stuff that went on that movie. Let's keep it a buck, man. A lot of things that went on that movie, man. But the one thing that went on that movie was my dog Boss, man. What's going on with you, bro? The one thing that went on that movie when Denzel and young Ray Allen, Jesus Shuttlesworth, was working out, he was like, ain't nobody up. Ain't nobody up but me, you, and Michael Jordan. And I remember that as a kid, right? Just being up in the early, being in the lab, like it becomes like a sense of reward for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's my separation, right? You know, I know that I can give people all the answers. I can give you the J-Tuck blueprint. I can map it out word for word, line for line, bar for bar, tell you everything that I do. I can tell you every piece of equipment I have. I can tell you each piece of software and this and that and this and that. But I know all those people who sit back and doubt and hate on me, hate on DMV, hate on Boss, hate on Law, hate on Vach, hate on Rome, hate on Sky, hate on this, hate on that. They're not going to make the sacrifice. They're not up and working. They're not up and working. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you work and you do the work, you can be comfortable with who you are. You can be comfortable in your skill set. After I get done talking with y'all and knocking out my 45-minute walk, I'm gonna jump off, shower, and I'm back in the lab watching film and probably gonna drop a draft film banger for y'all ASAP. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you do the work, it's not arrogance, it's confidence, right? Because I know I trust myself, I trust the work that I do, right? So that's just where I'm at with it, man. So like I said, I'm gonna try to do this a lot more often in the mornings, man. When I get up and go for my walk, and just go live, man, and just talk to y'all about life, football, whatever, man. Because I get asked so many questions, and there's a part of me that feels bad now because I don't get a chance to really answer it. My DMs are full. You know what I'm saying? My DMs are full. Hey, good morning. Yeah, the work is always the work, man. Like at the end of the day, control what you can control. You know what I'm saying? And I know the one thing I control is how hard I work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I read this and I heard this from Kobe Bryant, right? Rest in peace, Kobe. You know, well, here's the funny thing about Kobe, right? I didn't like Kobe, like when he was ascending, right? The number 8 Kobe, because I felt like he was trying to be compared to Mike too much. It was too much Michael to me. And y'all don't know, man, like I'm named after Michael Jordan. Like my name is Jordan Michael. You see what I'm saying? Like Jordan Michael, that's my name, right? That's what the J stands for. So I'm named after Jordan, born in '84, all that, right? So I didn't like the Kobe trying to be like Mike thing. Like it just didn't work for me. But I like when Kobe finally started to be himself. But you know, the one thing I listen to Kobe a lot, especially when I'm in the gym, man. Like when I'm in the gym at 4 a.m., I play a lot of Floyd Mayweather. I play a lot of Kobe, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson. Like I really don't listen to music in the AM. I'm listening to like greatness. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always like attracted to greatness, like legendary, like Serena Williams and Tiger Woods and Muhammad Ali and like those types of people, like Michael Phelps. Like what is it that really helps them tap into their greatness? Anyway, I was talking about Kobe. It's like Kobe used to always talk about like people thought Kobe was arrogant, right? And he did kind of have some arrogant, right? But when you do something 1,000 times, right? When you wake up at 4 a.m. and you're in the lab, and then you eat breakfast, and then you take your kids to school, and then you're back to practice, right? And then you might take a break, and then you do your weights, and then you're back in the lab shooting after practice, right? Then you go home, have dinner with your family, you tuck them in, and then you're back shooting, you know what I'm saying? It's not arrogance that Kobe Bryant had, right? It's confidence. It's confidence because Kobe has shot this shot 1,000 times. He shot it from the moment he woke up to the moment he went to bed. So some people might think it's like arrogance or Kobe's coming off arrogance. He's extremely confident because he knows that he can knock down this shot, right? And that's just how kind of, you know, even when it comes to content, when it comes like to me, it's like people might say, oh, I don't like Tuck, he's cocky, he's arrogant. I do have some cockiness, right? I'm a Capricorn, right? But when it comes to like some of these draft prospects, I don't have to waver in my opinion to meet the masses, right? Because some of these players I've watched 100 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, and boss will tell you, and it's only December, y'all. We haven't even begun draft season yet. We're just early because the Cowboys season's over. But by the time we'll get to April, I've seen these players 1,000 times. I've studied their hand sizes. I've watched interviews. I know their parents. I know their brothers. Like, I know all sorts of stuff where I can be confident in my opinion. And I don't have to sway myself because I've done the work. So whenever you do the work, man, you ain't got to sway to make other people comfortable, to fit into what, you know, their opinions are, because you've done the work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people see, you know, the successes that I have and other people have, right? And they'll take a look at that, and that's when they want to judge, right? That's when they want to criticize. That's when they want to hate. But the problem is they don't see this part. You know what I'm saying? They don't see Boss Cowboy taking time away from his kids and his family to do a live show day after day after day. They don't see Rome making the sacrifice to take time away from his kids and his family to record a video day after day. They don't see DMV taking the time away from his family to record videos and chop up film day after day after day. Y'all don't see me, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the part that they don't see. They just see the rewards. So it's easy just to hail the rewards because they don't understand the sacrifice that goes behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand that I'm doing 4 or 5 different things, you know what I'm saying, while I'm tweeting with y'all. You know, for you guys who watch my content, 125% of it is all me. From the graphics, to the editing, to the, you know what I'm saying, narrating, to the production. Like, I don't have a graphic designer. I just hired a graphic designer like yesterday, right? Because he reached out to me, right? But it's like I never had one. So all the graphics I had to make myself, all the film clips, all the edits, all that stuff. It's like I make myself. Boss's show, when you guys watch The Final Word and watch all those shows, y'all don't understand the research that goes into that show before he makes the show. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll call Boss at 3 o'clock. I'm like, yo, what's going on with you, bro? He's like, oh man, I'm working on the show for the night. That's at 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? They don't see that part. They don't see that Boss is on there having a conversation with Big Game James and Law, but all of a sudden something goes wrong with the show and it's not, the sound is out, but he's trying to still have a conversation with Big Game Law while still fix this little mic error, you know what I'm saying? Or fix this graphical area on the fly, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't understand the sacrifices, but it's not just with content, y'all. It's just with life, you know? A lot of y'all are parents, a lot of y'all are husbands, lots of y'all are wives, you know? People don't see your day to day, you know? They don't see you waking up and getting all your kids' meals done, and then your husband can't find his wallet, so you're trying to get that done. Meanwhile, you're trying to get ready for work, and then you gotta sit in traffic, and then you have to deal with multiple tasks when you get to the office, and then you gotta deal with, you know, a nagging boss, and you might have a supervisor, you know what I'm saying, and co-work. Like, you're dealing with all these different things to get to the life and level of success that you have. So then you pop on Instagram and you're at a vacation in Hawaii or something. I'm just like, why they in a vacation? I'm mad. They don't need to be on vacation. They don't need to have this car. They don't need to have this. But they don't know all those sacrifices that went into getting that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, I think people need to live in realities moving forward, you know, and just focus on the ultimate goal, man. And I had this conversation with a good friend of mine just yesterday, actually. Like, you know, I'm really heavy into journaling. And I've been, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm going to start doing this more often, man. Appreciate, man. So appreciate everyone tuning in. But I've been real heavy into journaling. So I bought this men's journal. Now, I'll be fully transparent. So my wife, on my birthday, bought me a journal. And she kind of found like a cool little journal, man. It was like, you know, for black men's health and all sorts of stuff. You know, she's supposed to write in like for black mental health, which is cool, right? So I'm writing in the journal. And I'm just like, something's a little off with this journal. You know what I'm saying? Something's a little off with the question they asked me. Well, it was for black men who prefer a different sexual preference. You know what I'm saying? And me, you know, y'all know I love the ladies. No knock to anybody what they do. But I was like, these questions they asking me, a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get a different journal, right? So I got me a new journal. But, you know, what I kind of made a thing to do is write every morning in my journal. And it kind of helps me get my thoughts out. Because for those of you who don't know, and you know, Boss has talked about this on the show, like I used to be a rapper. I used to be a writer. I used to be an artist. I used to be a ghostwriter. So like writing my thoughts and getting them out is something that's always just been natural for me. So if you follow me on Twitter, you might be like, how is Tuck doing all this? How is Tuck going from the Cowboys to pop culture to battle rap to, I don't know, investments to this to that? Twitter is like my digital rhyme sheet. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just writing rhymes on Twitter. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of how things go. But now I'm journaling, so I'm just writing my day-to-day out. I'm writing my thoughts. I'm writing about, you know, the things that I'm thankful for. The very first thing I think about in the morning is the things I have, the things that, not the things I want, right? That's the spark, right? That's the get up and go. That's your gasoline, the things you want in life, right? But you have to live in that rooted basis of be thankful for the things that you do have, right? I feel like me personally and selfishly, I've been a person who's always about the go, 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 right? The go, 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 what's next, what's next, what's next, bigger, better, harder, faster, right? But also, I need to take time to really reflect and think like, yo, look what you've accomplished, right? And I really haven't even done that this year. Like my wife is telling me to do it, but I'll probably do that next week. So I'll share with y'all, man, because he don't mind me sharing, y'all. So what is happening next week is Monday morning, I am flying out to New York. I will be with Des Bryant, and we will be meeting and piloting a bunch of new ideas that we've been collaborating together, man. Like a lot of big businesses want to kind of see a pilot. So we'll be in a recording studio, sitting down. We have a big dinner that's planned out with a lot of major people that's going to be there. We're doing presentations. Like we're just doing this whole rollout to combine like new media and bring them closer together with big businesses, man. So I'll be out in New York all next week from Monday to Thursday, but we're gonna be working, right? So it's like, thank you. So that's what I've been working on, right? Because it's like these types of people that you get to sit in front of, that we're gonna be in this room full of, y'all. It's like, you only get one opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Like you get only one opportunity to impress. There's no, let me get it right back. Let me try it again next year. There's no, we'll think about it. Like my mission, this was my promise to Dez, is like, I told him this, like when he brought me on, it's like, I don't lose, bro. Like, even though I'm a Cowboys fan, I don't lose. Like when I'm invested in something, I'm going for the trophy. And that's the mindset that I have. It's like, I'm going for the trophy. So when we're going out here to New York, it's going to be fun, right? It's going to be glitz and glamour. It's going to be, stuff like that going on. But I'm going out there to win this shit, y'all. Like, that's just plain and simple. Like, so I am leading the charge, or helping lead the charge with the team of people, mission statements, vision boards, media kits. Like I've been looking for every little, detail to make sure I'm buttoned up, and to make sure that he's buttoned up too, and make sure the whole team is buttoned up when we out there. So I'm like, yo, let's go win this thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of my mindset. So that's when I've been busy. So that's where I'll be next week, but I'll still have content ready for y'all too. Maybe we'll record something for the channel, but getting back, man, it's just those sacrifices. Yeah, the next pivot, boss, man. I hope so. That'll be dope, man. That would be dope. So Lord willing, that could be it, man, because it's just like a huge opportunity. I never thought that. Y'all know Dez is like my favorite player or not. So I never thought I would be in this opportunity, but it's like, it's crazy, right? Going back to what I was saying earlier about being appreciative of what you're accomplishing. It's like, I remember when I talked to y'all at the Super Bowl, right? And that was in February of this year. And I just interviewed Pat Mahomes, saw the confetti drop. I was sitting there at media row. And I remember being at the Super Bowl, y'all. And I really realized, like, I thought initially, like, I was nervous as hell to go to the Super Bowl, man. Like, I didn't feel like I belonged. I was scared, because I was like stressing myself out because I didn't know what to expect, right? And then my good friend Marcus, man, what's going on, Sadiqa? I told him, like, bro, I don't know if I can handle this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this is different. This is, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the Super Bowl, bro. And he prayed for me on the phone. And he was like, bro, I've known you since you were 7 years old. I played with you pretty much your entire basketball career all the way until college, right? He was like, the one thing I can say about Jay Tuck is you're always going to be nervous. You're always going to be hesitant. But soon as that ball goes in the air, you lock in and you become somebody different. It's game time. And he was like, you're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to do the same exact thing once it's game time, bro. Like, And that's how it was. It's like I got there to the Super Bowl and I walked in the media row and I saw Pat McAfee and I saw Kay Adams and I saw, DeMarcus Ware and Micah was over here and like all these Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, like all these big people was at this media row of the Super Bowl. And that moment clicked and was like, Tuck, the ball is in the air, go ball. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like I was sitting at the table with Darren. We wasn't getting no interviews. We couldn't get, because when you're at the Super Bowl, you have to have everything like already organized, you know what I'm saying, in advance, right? So we wasn't getting no interviews, wasn't nobody coming by, because everyone, like, it was literally like Emmett Smith at the table next to us, right? But Emmett wasn't coming to our table to talk to us on the radio station. Michael Irvin was right there, but he wasn't coming on our table to talk to a radio station. So J Tuck, new media, picked up my cell phone and said, I'm gonna go to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna go to them. If they don't want to come to our table, if all these people, bypass because they don't have time, then I'm gonna pick up my cell phone and I'm gonna grind. And when I tell y'all, man, I was walking almost, y'all will probably remember, I was walking almost 27,000 steps that day. You know what I'm saying? I was walking 20,000 steps a day out there in Media Row, going to get interviews. I wasn't going to sit back and hope and wait that Quentin Johnston came to my table or hope and wait that DeMarcus Ware was going to come to our table or hope and wait that, Michael Irvin was going to come to our table. No, I'm coming to you, bro. I'm coming to you, and I'm coming to you as a man of respect, dignity, that knows what he's talking about, because I belong here, and I'm going to ask you a few questions. And then that's how y'all started seeing the content roll out for the Super Bowl. What's going on, Nova? What's going on with you, bro? That's how things started working on the Super Bowl, man. So it's that confidence thing, right? So, I remember talking to y'all after, and I was like, I don't know, man, like what's next? And honestly, I do not know what's next. I didn't know what was next after the Super Bowl, but I just kept working. Now, what ended up happening from the Super Bowl is that a gentleman that we talked to, y'all, for you fighting fans, was Tim Tszyu, right? Tim Tszyu is a professional boxer. He had his promoter there. And what happened was we met Tim Tszyu, did a quick interview with Tim Tszyu. Well, Tim Tszyu took a liking to me and Darren. Then that's when PBC had to roll out and we had the initial fight with him and Sebastian Sindora. He reached out to us to cover the fight and fly out to Vegas. So then that's how I got connected with PBC and was traveling to all the boxing events, right? So then when we got to boxing, like I know boxing, y'all, but I don't know boxing like I know football. So you know what I'm saying? But preparation, hard work, I was studying hard, locking in. So by the time I got to Vegas, I knew everything about every fighter on that card. You know what I'm saying? Every fight about everything on that card. So when I was pulling up the different fighters like Rolly Romero or whatnot, it was easy for me just to ask questions because I studied you know what I'm saying? And so once again, what's going on, bro? Morning, bro. It's all about preparation and hard work, y'all. Like, don't set limitations on your life because you never know what God has in store. You know what I'm saying? I am walking proof of that right now. You know what I'm saying? Imagine where things would be if I never pulled out that laptop back in 2020 during the pandemic and recording my first video. A lot of y'all wouldn't even know who I was. You know what I'm saying? If I never had the courage just to start. If I never had that courage just to start, right? Mama Tuck, she sent me that original video and was like, my goodness, son, you came a long way. And I did. I didn't have all the bells and whistles. Boss plays that clip on the final word. My music was loud and ugly, but I started, y'all. I started. Don't overthink. Just start. And there's have to be content, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want in life, just start. If it's your fitness journey, don't sit back and wait till January 1st, right? Break that mold. Start today. Oh, well, Tuck, I want to say, no, start today. Start today. Just start today. You know, if it's something that you really want, just start today. I started the Hard 75 challenge I was telling you guys about, right? I can't have candy. I can't have junk food. Well, my wife was like, why would you start it now knowing Christmas is up? Because what's more important? Me hitting my goal of being healthy and being in the best shape of my life, or being able to eat apple pie, which I had 1,000 times in life. You know what I'm saying? So in order to get what you want, you have to do something that you've never done. To get what you never had, you have to do things you've never done before. So why not press? Why not press and start today? Just like Boss is saying in the chat, man. Start today. You have nothing to lose. Let's say at the end of the day in 2020, I pulled out that old MacBook. The MacBook I had was a 2012 MacBook, and I recorded my very first YouTube video, right? Let's say I did that for 4 to 5 weeks, and I was getting 2 views, 3 views, 4 views. And I said, you know what? Maybe this isn't really for me. Maybe being a Cowboys content creator just isn't my thing, right? Then guess what? I just would have went to work the next day. I would have got my kids ready for school the next day. I would have still hugged and kissed my wife the next day. I had 0 to lose. I had 0 to lose, but everything to gain, y'all. How is Mama Tuck doing? She is good. Mama Tuck's doing good. So, fun story about Mama Tuck. She is going to be on Jeopardy. No, not Jeopardy. Wheel of Fortune. She's going to be on Wheel of Fortune coming up soon. So I'll definitely let y'all know. She's going to be on Wheel of Fortune, so she's getting game show ready, man. So, you know, Mama Tuck keeps busy. You know, y'all know that's my inspiration. What's up, JV? What's going on? Good morning, everybody. Like I said, what we're doing right now is something I'm going to start trying to do more often, especially when I'm in here in the gym. Get my steps in, just go live, talk to y'all, man. So if y'all got questions, toss them in the chat. Doesn't have to be football or Cowboys related. This gives me an opportunity to talk to y'all, man. Like, I get it. My following is growing tremendously, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thankful for that. Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. But you guys are the core. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys who've been watching this channel since it was Cowboys fans only, and, you know, watching all the changes and watching all the growth from day one. Like, some of y'all recognize from, like, day one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you guys are the foundation of what you see today. So it's like, sometimes it's good for me just to jump on here and just talk to my people, you know what I'm saying? But not just about football, you know what I'm saying? There's more to life than just football. And I want you guys to realize that, right? You know, and sometimes we have to realize that. It's just like, we love the Cowboys. I love the Cowboys. Y'all know I bleed blue and silver. You know, we all bleed blue and silver. But at the end of the day, there's more important things going on, y'all. You know, I get so many calls and texts and, you know, DMs for people who's like stressed out mentally because of what the Cowboys are doing this season. And I'm like, look, man, you can love your team. I hate that we're not good right now. I want to be competing for a Super Bowl, but that's not going to mess up this house and this foundation. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going to be slacking at my job because the Cowboys lost, or I ain't going to be mad at my wife and mad at my kids because the Cowboys lost. Jerry and Steven ain't got nothing to do with them. They ain't got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's in college right now. You know, my son, he just got accepted in KU. Hope he goes, make dad proud. You know what I'm saying? I gotta grind, bro. Life still goes on. Facts. Life still goes on, man. Sundays happen. It's bad. But on Monday, I gotta get back up and get to work. You know what I'm saying? Because my mortgage lender ain't gonna care that dad got hurt. You know what I'm saying? My utility bills ain't gonna care that we can't stop the run. You know? Like, this is how it goes, man. My kids can't eat. You know what I'm saying? No Mike McCarthy scheme and this and that, and we don't have no run game. My kids can't eat that. We got to get back to work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let the Cowboys, let football be an aspect of your life, man, but not control your life. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different things out there, man. And, you know, what really brought things home for me, I'm not sure if you guys saw it, was the Jamie Foxx special. If you haven't seen that on Netflix, definitely check it out because it's like, it's not a comedy special, but it's like he's telling his story, right? But it's crazy because it's like, I knew it, but hearing it makes it just hit harder. Because it's like, Jamie Foxx, like I remember, y'all, I was at the Cowboys game. It was last year, right? I think it was like last year. It might have been last year, the year before, right? At the Cowboys game, it was halftime. I went to go get a Cowboy reader from the bar, and I'm talking to this dude, and me being so revved up, I didn't realize it till someone was like, yo, that's Jamie Foxx. So I'm just like, my daughter's got accepted into college, so I feel for you, man. Hey, congratulations, man. That's big, man. That's big. Now, I'll tell you this, Nova, when your kids go to college, they're more expensive than when they were in your house, man. My daughter, bro, she calls me for every little little thing. I'm just like, bro, how much more money you need? Like the other day, she went to because she's at BYU. She went to the BYU Kansas game, and she was like, yo, Dad, I need some money. I'm like, for what? She's like, I'm going to the football game. And I'm just like, all right, how much you need? And she was like, I don't know, maybe 150 to 200. I'm like, what? Where are you sitting in a suite? You know what I'm saying? Like, God dang, dog. Like, where are you sitting in? Like, where do you need $200 for a football game? You see what I'm saying? But it's like, all right, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I work so hard. Is for my kids and my family to enjoy the things that they want in life, man. My middle son, so he's like into debate, like political debate, right? So he's like the head president of Kansas, actually. So 2 weeks ago, he got to fly out to Washington, D.C. and go to the White House, and see all that, right? So my motivation is to wake up 4 a.m., 5 a.m., whenever, and go hard so my son can experience those moments. You know what I'm saying? My mama Tuck, you guys know her. She worked her ass off, to make sure I had the things that I need in life. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't always easy, but she worked hard, grinded, sacrificed, when she went to school to finish her degree and, since she provided a better life for me, she had to send me to grandma's, right? So she sent me to my grandma's, rest in peace. I had to stay with her for 2 to 3 years. So mama took a grind and get her degree, provide a better life, man. So once again, going back to what I was talking about, those sacrifices, she sacrificed. She slept in our living room bed just so I can have my room as a kid, you know what I'm saying? So, those sacrifices that people don't see. But of course, people hate the end result. The Fox special was edited big time by Netflix. They cut out many of the clips. Yeah, I'm sure they did because it was emotional. But what's getting back to Jamie Foxx was, it showed me that no matter what, life can change just like that, y'all. So this is Jamie Foxx. Like I said, he was at the Cowboys game, passing out drinks to Cowboys fans, having a good old time, celebrating. I think we were playing the Giants, maybe that game or something like that. Having a good old time. Vibing. And then one moment, things change, right? And so what really resonated with me is like, yo, Tuck, let's make sure we leave nothing off the table, right? Nothing off the table. Don't have no regrets. Don't have no regrets, right? Don't, when you sitting in, whenever, Lord willing and God wants to call you home, don't look back with regrets, man. Say you did it all. Say you did it all. You know what I'm saying? So that's my mindset. It's just like going after it all. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything I put my mind to, whether it's TV, whether it's, to be honest with you, share with you guys, I think my new focus and what my calling is sports management, managing these athletes, leading them a different way. I think that's my calling. I think that's what God is calling me to do right now. Because it's like, y'all don't know, like we were talking to a kid, I'm not gonna say his name, but we're on the phone with him, me and Des was, and this kid, y'all, he's in high school. He is a senior in high school, and guess how much money this kid is about to get next semester in NIL money? to go to a prestigious university that's #1 in college football right now, next year. Hasn't even played a snap, hasn't even gotten on campus, hasn't even did anything, right? Still a senior in high school, but he's headed to Oregon. This kid will get $3.1 million. Yeah, y'all heard me, right? $3.1 million. So a lot of us are parents, right? Or if you're not, you have cousins, nieces, nephews, whatever, right? Thinking about handing an 18-year-old kid $3.1 million. And that's just for 1 year. That's just for 1 year. That's not like for the 4-year stay, 3-year stay. He is getting $3.1 million just to come to the school, right? Think about all the vultures, thinking about all the bad decisions, thinking about the mental stability, being able to function throughout that kind of money. Like there's a lot of different things going on. So I think, my calling is going to be partnering with some agents and having those conversations. You guys know I've been a financial wealth planner for 17 years, right? So, having those conversations of how to properly utilize those funds to generate future wealth, right? But I think the problem that these athletes are going to have, and we all have this, right? When the money starts coming in, you think it's going to continuously come in, right? You think it's going to continuously flow in. I'm getting 3.1 this year as a freshman. Sophomore year, I'm going to get 5. Junior year, I'm going to get 7. Then I'm going to go to the league and I'm going to get 10. I'm going to get 20. I'm going to get 15, right? You start to think that's going to continuously going in until that ends, right? So you have to think about your future self. This is something that I've done in my journal, right? And I'm giving you guys a homework assignment. Do this, right? I want you guys to write a letter as your future self. So think about yourself 10 years from now, right? Think about yourself 10 years from now and write down to yourself in your current state, right? And when I did that, it really kind of clicked home for me, right? Because I was telling myself, bro, like, think about your future self, all the things you're doing right now, that's not helping your future self. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not perfect, right? I tell you guys, it's perfect situation, right? As much as you guys see me on it, and Boss will tell you this, DMV will tell you this, everybody who knows me will tell you this, right? As much as you guys see me on it, I hate Twitter, right? I hate Twitter with a passion. I don't like the app. I think it's toxic. I think it's, it's one of the worst things pretty much known in our society today is Twitter, right? But I haven't figured out how to function without being on it, right? Especially doing content. I found some different ways, right? But what I was saying is I told my friends, like, I just hate being on this app. I hate the toxicity. I hate, everything kind of going on, right? So then I deleted the app off my phone. In the 2 days I didn't have Twitter on my phone, y'all, I was accomplished. I was a man on a mission. Y'all got the film sessions out. I think I got 2 videos out. I was handling stuff behind the scenes with Dez. I was spending time with my kids, my family. I wasn't wasting time on non-irrelevant stuff, right? Well, then what happened, there was a situation with the company account that I'm working on behind the scenes with Dez, right? So I had to handle it. So then I had to re-download the app, right? Download the app on my phone. So I was talking back and forth with one of the directors at Twitter, right? Make sure everything was lined properly. I had to download the app. So while I'm on the company account, I'm talking back to Jamie, getting everything situated. But then I switched over to my main account, and that's when I started talking again. That's when I started tweeting again. That's where I started, and I got back into the mess, right? And I sat back and looked at all the time that I wasted yesterday just doing a whole bunch of nothing, right? Because it's like, once again, it's my rhyme book. I just started writing. What's up, my dog? CFT's in the building. What's going on with you, bro? We just in here in the morning, just vibing, man, getting my steps in. See how many steps I got in so far. Let's see here. I didn't even look. Just getting my steps in, man. Yeah, it's very toxic. It's extremely toxic. Be honest with you, it don't pay like it should pay. Like, to be honest with you guys, right? Full transparency, we family. Last month, I did over 28 million views or impressions on Twitter, right? 28 million 28 million people interact with me, engage with me on Twitter, right? 28 million. This is a month, right? 28 million. Guess how much I got paid from that, y'all? Guess in the chat. Guess in the chat, man. Yeah, man, I'm back, man. We gonna keep this flowing. We gonna keep it flowing. We gonna keep it flowing, man, with the morning positivity. Get everybody right, man, set for the work day. Get that proper mindset. 28 million impressions, y'all. And I got paid $31. $31. $31. You know what I'm saying? $31 off of 28 million views. Tuck, that's stupid, bro. That's stupid. That's stupid, bro. You know what I'm saying? $31, y'all. Dead serious. 31. I think it was like 30 like 97 or something like that. $31 off of 28 million views. Tell us a waste of time. If I was doing 28 million views a month on YouTube, I can buy everybody in my chat Lambos right now. We can just have a Lambo party. I'm gonna buy y'all a color, right? So it's like, as much as I've grown on Twitter, shoot, that might not even be gas money, bro. I don't even think that's gas money. You know what I'm saying? Not here in Kansas City. That might get you, you know what I'm saying? That might get you a quarter of a tank or something, but it's not worth it. So it just hit me like I'm wasting time. I'm talking, I'm tweeting, I'm interacting, I'm getting all this hate, these beefs, you know what I'm saying? People coming at me, you know, back and forth, people stealing my content, chopping it up, posting the articles, making more money than I'm making. Tuck, why are you wasting your time with that? Why are you wasting your time with that? You know what I'm saying? Why are you wasting your time with that? I post a draft pick or a draft idea, they gonna take it and write articles about it. There was Raiders writers that were taking, like, look it up, bro. There was literally Raiders writers that report for the Raiders that were taking my draft content off Twitter and writing articles about it and cutting me out and cutting me completely out of it. And I'm doing all that for 31 bucks. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it not in 2025. Next year, I gotta have a tailored focus. And my tailored focus is you guys on this channel, providing y'all great content. Also working on the big major projects that I have, working with these athletes, working with Dez. You know what I'm saying? That's it. If it's not in that, you know, if it's not in that realm, I don't have time for it, you know? I feel like a lot of us in this chat, Boss, DMV, Rome, Law, Mark Holmes, Vaj, Sky, list going on. You guys know all the people. We don't need to prove ourselves anymore, y'all. I think we have more than enough resume to say, listen, we can do this. And we can do this at a high level, and we're just as gifted as anybody else, period. I feel like we don't have to prove ourselves anymore. We don't. I don't have to. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Rome's in the chats because I showed them, right? I have gotten access, y'all. I'm gonna keep this on the low, but I won't show it publicly. I've gotten access on how draft scouts come to their overall analysis, like the Mel Kipers and all them. They don't do the work. They don't do the work at all. They do zero work. There is a company that you can subscribe to that will send you out. So you guys see my Excel sheet, like my draft Excel sheet, right? They send that out and they will update the charts. They will highlight the players to talk about, who's moving up the board. They highlight all this stuff, give it to the ESPN people and say, okay, these are the top players that you need to talk about. So if you watch Mel Kipers talk about Mason Graham is the #1 prospect on my board, it's not because Mel Kiper has sat and watched Mason Graham for 4 to 5 or 10 film sessions like me in Boston, DMV, and some of the others. Oh, no, 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 no. It's because someone went there, circled the homework, highlighted it, and said, talk about this dude, he moved up the board, right? And it's like, I mean, it's expensive to get, but I just happen to get access to my scouting program. And once I saw that, I said, you got it, just boss. Bro, I was hurt in class. I was hurt. I was hurt. I'm like, so you mean to tell me I'm sitting up here watching Josh Downs film at 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? I'm building this Excel sheet from scratch, entering every prospect known to man, updating all their combine numbers, updating this, leaving notes, and all they got is a subscription and everything's done for them. I was hurt. I was hurt, man. I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? But once again, it's going back to what I was talking about earlier. It's that work. You know what I'm saying? It sucks, but now I know it's like, all right, bro, I don't have to buy into what Mel Kiper say. I don't have to buy into what Mel Kiper says, because at the end of the day, Mel Kiper ain't outworking me. And this is why if you were to add my resume from the last 3 years compared to Mel Kiper, he getting smoked by somebody in Kansas City. Because I'm rooted to it. I'm rooted to it. But man, y'all, Roman tell you, I ain't lying. I showed him the sheet, bro. I was so hurt. I was so hurt. I was like, it was like finding out your favorite rapper don't write his own raps. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So like case in point, the sheet that I had, they had Luther Burden as their #1 overall prospect, right? Luther Burton was the top player in the draft, right? But that was prior to the season. So everything was highlighted about Luther Burton. And so now there's going to be an updated sheet that comes out like post-combine. So that way you'll see like, all right, it went from Luther Burton now to T-Mac, because before they had Travis Hunter and they wasn't thinking of him as an NFL wide receiver. He was just focused as a corner. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all these different things. There's notes, all that stuff. That constantly gets adjusted. And all they have to do is say, oh, okay, these are the ones that are highlighted in yellow. These are the guys I really need to talk about. Agents have this sheet. Networks have this sheet, right? NFL teams have this sheet, you know? So it's like now that I'm in the game, I see how it's all orchestrated. I realize, man, these people ain't more talented than us. Mel Kiper is not more talented than Boss Cowboys Sports. The man who sat down and watched 100 prospects and put it, and Boss didn't offset his book and say, you know what, here's my notes. Y'all go make a book for me. He sat down and had to work on that book himself. Mel Kiper's no better than Boss. You know what I'm saying? Tom McShay's no better than Vach. Like, these people are no better than me. They just have better access. That's all it is. That's all it is. That is all that it is that these people just have better access. But what we're finding out now, what happens if one of us gets that access too? Now Jay Tuck has that sheet. Now Jay Tuck has that sheet. So it's just like in Avengers, right? Infinity War. Once Thanos got those stones, that gauntlet, it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Now I got that sheet. You know what I'm saying? So now I got some of these tools that these people are using to get through film so quickly, to get all their analysis, I got all these affinity stones too. Now let's see who's powerful. Let's see how things are once it's an even slate, right? Y'all remember when we first started this channel, everybody else, all right, sis, man, appreciate you. Have a blessed one, sis. Take care. Y'all remember when we started this channel, right? There were certain people that had college film. I didn't have no college film. You know what I'm saying? I said Drake don't write his own raps, though. Drake writes his own raps, though. But I didn't have college film, right? Right. So there was people that were still up above me because they had the college film, and I didn't have it, right? But then what happened the next year when Tuck finally got a hold of it? You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So it's like, the thing is, man, when you have the work ethic, you grind, you know what I'm saying, you're passionate about what you do, you know, there's no separation. There's not that separation that people want to think it is. So I know when people think about new media, there's a lot of things being rolled out, right? Y'all know Boss does a live show for every game. Well, now what is YouTube about to do? They're about to fuse the NFL and live streamers so they can go live during games. And you know what I'm saying? So they're trying to phase this out. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to phase this out. They're trying to bring in their people. They kind of come in. All right, man, have a good day, man. Get the day started, man. Let's have a good one. Let's finish strong, man. Earn the weekend, y'all. Earn the weekend. A lot of people get to Friday. They want to sit back and chill, rest and relax. You know, nah, go hard today. That way you get to tomorrow, you actually deserve it. A lot of people don't earn their weekend. Earn your weekend, go hard on Friday. So then that way when it comes Saturday or Friday at 5 o'clock, whenever you log off, you can say, I deserve this break. I deserve this time off. If you've been slacking since Tuesday, what you got your feet up for in the weekend? What you resting for? You've been resting all week. Go earn it. Go earn it. Now it makes sense why some can't draft. They're probably not going any work. Yeah, relying on outsourcing. Exactly, they're outsourcing a lot of stuff. So, like when I was at the Colorado-Kansas game, I sat by a few NFL scouts and I kind of saw what they were doing. Kind of being a fly on the wall, kind of hearing the conversations. Like, I mean, those guys are talented, but see the problem with here's the reason why scouts and NFL teams can't draft like me or Vach or Boss, right? Because they have to speak in absolutes, right? So it's like case in point, Ivan Pace, right? When they have to turn their reports, they have to say, here are the things in these games that Ivan Pace can do. Here are the things that he can't do. Here's the games. And then overall, here's my grade on a scale from, we do it from 1 to 7, right? So you got a grade on a 1 to 7, right? So it's like traits, right? So if you watch my draft content, I'm teaching you guys about traits, right? Speed, athleticism, vision, IQ, depending on the position, if it's like wide receiver, can they come off their stem, their brakes, agility, hands, they catch with their body, like all of those little traits, those are like the top 10 traits that everyone looks for. And that's what they do, and they write up those traits to kind of keep everything consistent across the board, right? But where me and Boss can come in and play is we can be visionaries along with those traits, right? So we can say, listen, these are the things that Ivan Pace does well. These are the things he doesn't do well. But, right, given in this situation, he doesn't meet any of your measurements or requirements of an NFL starting linebacker. But this kid has heart, tenacity, flows to the ball, like intelligence, like it's all there. So for me personally, this outweighs this. See what I'm saying? They don't get the opportunity to speak in that, right? Because one, it's a here today, gone today job, right? Like scouts don't make a lot of money. That's why Jay Tuck is never going to be one. They make like $30,000, maybe $40,000. They're constantly sleeping on the road, sleeping in their cars. That ain't me, right? But they have to speak in absolutes, right? But we can speak in absolutes and also add that creativity, right? I can go with my gut on a player, and I think that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of these people, yeah, that's it, man. Like, I'll show you. Actually, I'll next draft video, I'll pull up a spreadsheet. I think I can show that, right? I'll show you the traits that they're looking for, right? So like it's the sheet that they gave us in our scouting academy. That's like, okay, these 10 traits, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you got to write like short details, right? So it's like, so back to linebacker position. His reading, his key and D, right? Key and react, right? Can read and D at a certain, you got to use certain words, like, so elite key and D, right? So me saying that Ivan Pace has an elite key and D, that means he can read and react at an elite level. Or you can use good key and D or subpar key and D. So that's the key word to say this trait is either at a 10 of 10 or he's down here, right? So you're kind of going through the green sheet, the red side, green sheet, red side. So elite key and D, slowly bends hips or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of do that on both sides, right? So you kind of just go into the sheet. And then when you go to the sheet, what you do is you take your notes from both sides, you compact that in, and you try to explain that in like a 2-paragraph report, right? So you kind of just do that. So that's the whole scouting process, right? So some people use green pens, red pens. I personally just write on both sides and put a plus and minus. I use the plus and minus system. So you do that, right? Now here's the thing that the scouts have access to that we don't have access to, right? They can go talk to the coaches. They go talk to the trainers. They go talk to, they go talk to all those people surrounding those players. Of course, we don't have that access. Like I said, just from a film perspective though, the traits and everything, but you can also, like some players just kind of give you that gut feeling, right? So you guys know me if you follow my draft content. When I see a player like Peyton Wilson flowing to the ball every play, that ranks higher on my sheet than hip fluid, being fluid hips, right? Or his back pedal, like backpedaling or fluid hips doesn't rank higher than someone who's flying to the ball consistently every single play, playing with an extremely high motor. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get that opportunity to circle those things and rank those things higher versus an NFL scout. They don't get that opportunity. I live in St. Louis, 21 degrees this morning. You're a beast for participating in 75 hard during the winter. 45 minutes outside is a monster. Keep pushing about this. Get to my steps in right now. Yeah, man, it's getting cold. So like technically I'm outside, but I'm not outside. You know what I'm saying? But this counts. It's cold as hell. But of course, so I think my 75 hard will end in like February 27th, I think, right? So it's still gonna be kind of winterish. But I even think about it, it's like, there was a part of me, it's like, you know what, Tuck, when you played football and it was cold, you would go outside, you would, go out in the freezing cold, freezing temperatures, whatever, and play ball. Why not do that now? Well, the difference is I'm a grown adult and me getting sick is not the same. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to be stuck in New York or something like that with a chest cold and sniffles because I've been outside walking for 45 minutes in freezing temperatures. I'm cool. So garage is cool. It's outdoors. You know what I'm saying? I do have a heater in here, but it takes too long to turn on. It's too loud. So yeah, so I'm still getting my steps in. So that, it's a whole different process to it. And I'll show it with you guys, man. But it's like pulling back the curtain. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm better than anybody, right? But I'm not going to say like these people are all up here and then we're just down here. Nah, it's not the case. I could turn Boss Cowboy into elite NFL scout tomorrow. Like I can turn DMV to elite scout tomorrow, right? If he had all the same tools that everybody else had. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing, man. So it's like, it's one of those things. It's like, okay, once we have an even playing field, then the talent can show. You know what I'm saying? Let the talent really show, right? So it's like, that's where it was at. Man, appreciate you, dog. Man, I appreciate that support, man. Boss has been a huge encourager throughout my process. At the moment I met him, he's been solid, man. And he's always so like. And here's the crazy thing: like I'm humble, but I'm confident, right? And it's like, but Boss is the one that's telling me like, nah, bro, you better than what you think you are. Like, you can be bigger than what you think you are. I'm like, man, you sure, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't see it, but sometimes it takes someone to see something in you that you don't see in yourself. And that's why I'm thankful for Boss, Rome, DMV, Law. I mean, this goes on, man, because they see things in me. Even Dez, man, I'll talk about Dez for a quick second before I jump off, man. It's like, I had no idea where this was headed with Dez. Like, I was literally watching him do the same thing. He was going live. And he was live on his Instagram. And I was like, yo, what's going on, bro? That's all I said. And he was like, he stopped. He stopped in the middle of his Instagram live. It was like, yo, Tuck. Yo, bro, I've been meaning to reach out to you. I need to call you ASAP, bro. Like, I need to call you like now. I need a big favor from you. So I was like the Drewski mean, like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So he reached out to me and he pitched this idea and was like, he wanted to kind of work behind the scenes and do some social media graphic design stuff. So I was like, okay, cool, right? But then it just turned into where instantly he saw my gifts and my talents and just advanced to more. You know what I'm saying? So, for me personally, I'm always a guy that I just want to get my foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? I always want to get my foot in the door. And once I get my foot in the door, or I can get on the court, I can show you that I can ball. You know what I'm saying? Playing the game, so making the graphics for them and doing things on the fly and editing videos and doing all that stuff, that's easy. Like we do that. You know what I'm saying? Boss produce a whole show just like that. I can produce a whole show. So when you call me up and be like, yo, Tuck, I got these videos I want you to edit it. You know, I'm having dinner with my wife or something like that. I can edit these videos on my phone and get to cooking. I do that every day. You know what I'm saying? So once he saw that, but I think most importantly, Dad saw my work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what really kind of helped push. You know what I'm saying? Really kind of helped push. Was like, all right, man, Tuck really works. Like Tuck really does. And I think a lot of players, when they see it behind the scenes, like Gerald McCoy, right? When I showed Gerald McCoy my scouting process, he was like, man, you doing all that? You know what I'm saying? He was like, you doing all that? And I was just like, yeah, man. He's just like, he said, wow. And I was like, here's the reason why I personally go through film, study, work the way that I do, right? When it comes to content and just covering sports in general, right? I never wanted to cheat the athletes, right? I get the opportunity to speak about some of the greatest athletes in the world, right? And I know the sacrifice that they go behind the scenes to put themselves in position. Like, I know how Micah trains. I know how Trayvon trains. I know how, what the rehab process and the mental hurdles that Overshown's going to have to go through to rehabilitate his knee to get back to playing again. So I know the work that goes on with these players that goes on behind the scenes. The last thing I want to do is jump on a camera and disrespect their craft. You see what I'm saying? I never wanted to do that. Where it's like, I could easily be like, oh man, Trayvon or Deron Bland blew that coverage. He's trash. He needs to go. But if I can't explain to y'all, actually he was in match zone and that wasn't his responsibility, then I'm doing the players a disservice and I'm doing you guys a disservice. I'm just sitting there shooting at my ass. You know what I'm saying? And any one of y'all can do that. I feel like right now, what's trendy is this shock jock culture, right? You have a bunch of podcasters and they scream and they yell and this guy sucks and this is blah, 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 like emotion, they punching their cameras and all that stuff, right? I don't want to be that. If it ever has to be where I have to come to that, y'all can keep it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can keep it. I'm not crashing out for the sake of content. For me, it's like, I'll have some fun. We'll have some fun. We put some seasoning on it. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to disrespect the players and disrespect the craft. And I think that's why me personally, I've grown a relationship with a lot of these players because a lot of things I say, I show my work of why they're saying it, right? And they really don't combat at it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, bro, like, all right, man, you're supposed to be in the cover two right now. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't drop in the flat. Why did you trail a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Like I can have those conversations. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I don't know what's being coached to these players, right? I just know the basics and the principles of the scheme, right? But for them, they respect it that I'm actually doing the work. You know what I'm saying? And even, I'll tell you guys right now, like, from a film perspective, I'm probably saying I was like a 7 or an 8 because there's so many different nuances. And the problem is the game changes from college to NFL, the language changes, you know what I'm saying? So that's what the Scouting Academy really helped me with, is just getting like a baseline with everything. Because the way they say things in formations in college is different in the NFL, right? But I kind of cover both, right? So, but it's like, I get the respect because they know that I'm working just as hard as them. And I'll tell y'all a funny story, right? And now I'm gonna hop off, right? I was telling Rome and DMV this, right? So I found out during the Cowboys bye week, I'm not gonna say no names, right? There were certain players who went on that bye week and didn't even log in to their film system, right? Didn't even study no film. They went on vacation, went to wherever, right? Didn't even log in, right? So when they got back, the coaching staff was like, damn, man, like, I know it was a bye week, but You didn't even tap into your software, right? And some of the players were like, how did they know that? You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the crazy part, and Boss will tell you guys this as well, right? I know that all your logins are tracked and your time is tracked because I have the same system that they use at the NFL level to watch film, right? So it's like, I went back and looked, and I was like, bro, why am I watching more film on the bye week than some of the damn players? You know what I'm saying? So when you guys don't see me doing the weekly breakdowns, like the scouting reports anymore, from like, breaking down what the Panthers are going to do and how we can beat the Panthers, I was like, hell no, man. I'm not spending more time locking and loading on my opponent than some of these Cowboys players. And they were players that actually play. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, hell no, dog. So that's why y'all don't get, I looked the other day, the last scouting report I think I did was versus Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Brian, I am not, no, sir. No, sir. If y'all ain't tripping, I ain't tripping. So we gonna go out there and freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Bro, this is why I want Mike McCarthy gone, bro. They don't fear or respect him. They just like him. Yeah, there's no wrong to talk about that, bro. There's no accountability in Dallas. I think that's the biggest problem. Like, who has paid the price in Dallas, right? You know what I'm saying? Who has paid the price in Dallas? For no one has been held. We haven't fired a coach. We haven't cut a play. Have we cut a player? That's like, we haven't cut a player. The only accountability that we had is Zeke got suspended for Atlanta, right? Even though boy who muffed the punt, he's still at practice. he's still at practice. So what's the repercussions from not going out there doing your job in Dallas? There is none. So yeah, I would put that on Mike McCarthy, but I also put that on the culture, bro. Yeah, if you haven't logged in, if it's the bye week and you haven't logged in at all, you haven't even logged in, bro. You didn't even log in. And this is multiple people. It wasn't just one person. This is multiple people who didn't even log in at all in the bye week. Now I can see if we was undefeated, we was handling business, you know what I'm saying? And you wanted a mental break so you can come back prepared and gear up for the second half of the season. We was getting our ass whooped, y'all, heading into that bye week. There shouldn't have been no Cabo. There shouldn't have been no none of that. No Florida, no Miami, no nothing. It's like, you know what I'm saying, paid in full. No shrimp, no rice, no nothing. You don't eat nothing. You don't eat nothing, bro. You're not handling business. A bye week for what? Where are you taking the bye from? You took a bye week versus the Saints. You took a bye week versus the Ravens. You took a bye week versus the 49ers. You took a bye week versus Detroit. You took a bye week versus them was your bye weeks, bro. Where are you taking a break from? You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where it's like, there's no accountability in Dallas, y'all. And I don't know how we get it, because even if Mike McCarthy wanted to do it, we know Jerry. Y'all know there's been this whole conversation, Zeke this or Zeke that. You know what I'm saying? Zeke this, Zeke that. If Zeke has been messing up, Zeke has been showing up late, Zeke has not been paying attention in film, and Zeke is, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever you said Zeke was doing, get rid of him. You have Dalvin Cook on the practice squad, bro. You would be fine. You would be fine if you cut Ezekiel Elliott. But what would they do? They soft benched him. They didn't let him travel with the team because he chose not to travel with the team. It wasn't that they said that Zeke wasn't traveling with the team. Zeke was traveling with the team. Zeke said, I'm not traveling with the team and being inactive. Zeke chose that. It wasn't that the Cowboys came down and said that. Zeke said, nah, bro, I'm staying home, right? So, no accountability. What are you so afraid of? Why are you so afraid to send a message? I guarantee no one's saying, man, if we had cut Zeke, that was the game-changing decision that would have impacted our season. You could have cut Zeke and just had Dalvin Cook. Zeke is getting 2 carries a game. But you kept him on the roster. There's no accountability in Dallas. There's no accountability in Dallas. And that's the problem. It's a bunch of, this was my worry going into the season, y'all. Y'all saw me tweet about it. Y'all saw me make videos. We have a bunch of substitute teachers in the house. A bunch of substitute teachers. And y'all remember when we were kids, when we used to come to school and see, we used to have the substitutes sitting in there and oh, we about to get active. Oh, we about to get hall passes. We about to watch movies all day. I'm about to change my seat and sit next to my homeboy who my teacher told me I can't sit by no more. I'm about to draw. I'm about to have a blast because this substitute teacher. What you gonna do? Write my name on the list and tell my teacher that I was acting up? All right, cool, bro. Anyways, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go to the bathroom. All right, you know what I'm saying? So that's the problem in Dallas, right? But Jerry created this. When you have a bunch of people on 1-year deals, coaches on 1-year deals, what are you gonna do, bro? Coach Z, defensive line coach. Jay Tuck, get your ass in order. Do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. Coach Z, you might have 4 weeks left here, bro. Actually, I'm not. I have a 5-year deal. You have 4 games left. I don't think I'm gonna go hard today, actually. You're not gonna be here next year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you put all these coaches on 1-year deals, there's no accountability. There's no accountability. You know, and I think the players do like some of the coaching staff, right? Talking to the players, they like some of the coaches. I think they're growing to Zimmer. I think they like Zimmer. And I know people don't want to hear this, y'all, but they really like Mike McCarthy. Now, this is something that me and Boss talked about, even with Dan Quinn. Do they like Mike McCarthy because he's a great coach? Or do they like Mike McCarthy because he gives them freedom to kind of go about their day? And he don't bother them too much, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like case in point, y'all know my wife's a principal, right? She had a review, and it was a bad review on her. This is her first year as a principal, right? But what the teachers were saying is that she's changing too much. But what is really happening is my wife, and trust me, I know more than anybody, she's a disciplinary. She's going to hold you accountable. Teachers last year could take all off, do whatever they want, make excuses on Friday, not show up, not show up on Mondays after the Chiefs play Sunday night games and not be held accountable. That's not going to happen with my wife. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I like the old principal better. I just felt like, But there are some teachers that actually thank my wife because she is pushing them to become a much better teacher and have a much better impact on their children's lives. See what I'm saying? That's the difference, right? We all don't need yes men. Sometimes we need some authority to be like, that's not acceptable. You know what I'm saying? That's not acceptable. Like, no, what, Zeke, if you late one more time, get the hell up out of here, you're gone, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. Zeke, get out. You late, get out. Gone, bye, don't come back, right? I guarantee you with Coach Shanahan, with the linebacker that walked up the field yesterday, you think that the 49ers owner is going to come down and say, well, it was just a miscommunication and, he's been really good for our ball club and we really want to find ways. No, I guarantee you that Kyle Shanahan will have the full right and control to say, we don't want that on our team right now. It's not how we're going to go about business. We don't have that. Mike McCarthy can't even get the running back of his choice, whether it was Rico, right? Right now, me personally, I feel like Rico's playing well. I don't feel like he's RB1 in the future. We can just, pass on from drafting a running back because Rico's playing well the last 3 games. But if that's who Mike McCarthy wanted, that's who Mike McCarthy should have got out the gate. There shouldn't have been no yin, no yang. I'm on the 1-year deal. I'm on the last deal of my contract. I need the guys that I want out there. You see what I'm saying? But that's the problem in Dallas, y'all. And I think the hardest part to really accept, so Chris, that's it, man. The hardest part to accept is like, I don't know who can overcome it, y'all. Like, I don't know who can overcome it. 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 Like, I don't know who can overcome I don't know who can overcome it, y'all. Like, Like it would have to be someone whose star is just so bright where it just overpowers Jerry, but he's not going to bring that person in there. And I think that's the most frustrating part because, I like Mike Vrabel. I love Mike Vrabel. I think Mike Vrabel will be perfect in Dallas if I'm getting Mike Vrabel. You guys remember, me and Boss talked about this on the show when we got him, right? Y'all remember the clip all summer we saw of Mike Zimmer cussing out the Bengals players on the sideline and get your ass in gear and all that. He gonna bring accountability. I haven't seen Mike Zimmer rip nobody once this season. I haven't seen it once this season. We are not getting that Mike Zimmer. For my people who cover the Minnesota Vikings, they said, bro, Mike Zimmer is hellfire and brimstone. He holds nothing back. Some of the players didn't like him. He cussed out Kirk Cousins multiple times. But here in Dallas, it's just good old Mike. Yeah. Just good old, Jesus himself, man. I don't know whose star power, y'all, is big enough to overcome Jerry Jones and the micromanagement that goes on in Dallas. I just don't, because it's like we get the watered down version. Y'all remember this? Mike McCarthy was the coach we used to stare across the sidelines from, and Jason Garrett would shrink up. He was the one that would make us piss down our leg. You know what I'm saying? But for now, it's just like Mike just comes to the podium, lies about committing to the run game, lies about this, lies and that. They got him because he's trying to survive for his job, bro. He's trying to survive his job. And Jerry and Steven now have a new puppet they can play. They got a new puppet. And the saddest part about all of this, y'all, it impacts the team, it impacts the players, but most importantly, it impacts us. We have to deal with that. Y'all know me. Y'all saw me at Monday night, or was it Sunday night, right? Sunday night football out in Arrowhead. I still have my Cowboys gear on. It is what it is. Walking through a sea of Raider Chiefs fans who were standing up the entire game, going crazy. People had their babies and kids outside in the cold, going crazy, standing up, lit, screaming, so their voices cracked. I'm still repping my squad. But at the end of the day, we're the ones that got to take it. We got to go on Twitter. We got to go on social media. We got to go on Facebook and deal with all this as they constantly take our fandom, our passion, our loyalty for granted. They take it for granted. They know no matter what. Y'all saw the numbers from that Bengals game. Y'all saw that Monday night. They don't care. They don't care. So, yeah, Stephen Jones can go out there and tell you in December, we not paying for, he told y'all, we not paying for no free agents next year. Told you. Don't ask for nothing. We are already tight. He didn't say we tight for next year. He said we tight for next year and the season after. He's already telling y'all, don't ask for nothing. It's like your mom used to tell you when you get in the store. Before we get in the store, don't you ask for nothing and don't you touch nothing. All the years saying we all grew up in that household. When we get in the store, don't you ask for nothing, don't you touch nothing. That's exactly what Stephen Jones is telling y'all right now this off season. Don't you ask for nothing, don't you touch nothing. But you still gonna watch. You still gonna watch. You still gonna watch. You still gonna watch. You still gonna support. There's still gonna be people tripping over themselves, running in the AT&T Stadium. That's just how it is, man. That's the game. Let's see how many steps I got. Let's see. I'm at 7,000. So I'll probably try to get a little 500 more steps in with y'all. Vrabel too much of a man to coach here. He'll intimidate Jerry too much, his liking, and like Ben Johnson thing unless he come in. So the problem is with Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel's a coach who has that tenacity. He has that Dan Campbell-like mentality, but he got fired from Tennessee. He's in Cleveland right now, right? So he's just looking for an opportunity, right? Versus somebody coming in that everybody wants, right? We need someone. I want the baddie and the VIP. If y'all drop that, seen that video I dropped, right? I want to go after, go get the coach that everybody wants. Not the one's kind of sitting over here by himself because he's at home. See what I'm saying? Why don't we, if Ben Johnson, if the Cowboys think Ben Johnson, that's the one. That's the coach that we need. That's the one that can help us get to the Super Bowl. Then what you need to do is roll up your sleeves and go out there and hunt and go get you Ben Johnson. Don't get you the leftovers. We do too much leftover, too much bargain shopping in Dallas. For a big $1 billion star brand, organization, we do a whole lot of bargain shopping. We do a whole lot of bargain shopping on free agents. We do bargain shopping with coaches. Like, we just do a whole lot of bargain shopping. I thought we were ballers. I thought we were Big Yacht Jerry. I thought everything's bigger in Texas. Everything's brighter in Texas. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do it. We don't do it. You're right, Tuck, because I spend a lot of money on the Cowboys every year. Yep. We all do. And honestly, y'all, one of the smartest things I did this year was, thank goodness, I had the gut and trusted my gut, and I sold all my, because I've only been to 2 games this year, right? I sold all my season tickets before the season happened, and luckily I was able to make a profit plus double. Because if not, I already got cooked. I would be like, bro, there's tickets going for like $24. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sell those tickets. So any ticket you try to sell now is a loss. The only pair of tickets I have left is Washington, and they haven't even disclosed, the time and date for that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably take an L on that. But I sold my tickets as soon as I got them, and I was able to make my money back plus double the profit. You know what I'm saying? So luckily I did that. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, I would be SOL trying to dump these tickets that I can't get rid of. I don't want Ben. Showtime, why don't you want Ben? Oh, yeah. I don't think we would give no coach to do it his way. I think that's the problem, y'all. I think that's the problem. We're not going to let a coach come in and do things his way. The one guy who may have gotten the opportunity to do it, he went to North Carolina. He went to college, which is still crazy, right? But I don't think a coach coming in with any cachet is going to be able to say, you know what, this is how I want things done. I'm going to do things my way. You guys stay over there and just let me cook. And I don't think that's why Dallas might not be an attractive landing spot for a lot of these coaches. Would you want to come in, coming from Detroit, who's possibly going to make a Super Bowl run, to being micromanaged by Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones? All in your draft picks, all in your free agency acquisition. You think that we know the Cowboys don't be aggressive at anything? These NFL teams know. These NFL teams know. They can look around and see what Howie Roseman's doing and the power moves going on in there, and see what these other teams are doing. And, even the Jets made all these power moves, even though they're paying out. At least they made the moves. Kansas City making moves, going to get D-Hop. Like, all these teams could compete for a Super Bowl, and we sit back and just be complacent year after year. We knew Dak Prescott needed a wide receiver, right? But didn't make a move until he goes down. And then we make a move for a Jonathan Mingo, which is a move that we need to make because Dak Prescott went down, so we didn't give up a 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo because that's not going to burn out. So we end up burning another 4th-round pick again. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to coach that. Y'all traded Trey Lance for a 4th-round pick for Trey Lance, and he has played, what? Has he played a regular season game? One regular season game with a few snaps? People are saying Flores and keep saying jokingly, but I mean it, that they're not hiring a black coach, and Miami was allegedly telling him to tank, and he bucked. What do you think Jerry gonna do? Yeah, I am saying this is what it is. They ain't hiring no Brian Flores, bro. They ain't hiring no Brian Flores. Hey, Brian, I would like maybe as a defensive coordinator, maybe, but they ain't hiring no head coach. They ain't gonna do that. Not in Dallas. They don't fit the mold. They don't fit the mold. Yeah, they ain't gonna do that with Brian Flores. Personally, I like Brian Flores as defensive coordinator. Why can't we have someone who's young, innovative, has some swag about them? Why do we have to go to the old shells? Saying, why we get the retros? You know what I'm saying? We always get the retros. Everything is just retro in Dallas. We want to do things that we're trying to build a team. We are trying to build a championship team in 2024, well, 2025, based off the foundation that was set in the 90s. The way we did things back then. Back then. This was the coach back then. Let's get with it now. Times change. You got to adjust. Not only just with football, you got to adjust in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be old and set in your ways. You have to be able to try different things and learn different things and apply different things to your day-to-day. Just saying, this is what I do. You get your level of comfortability, you can get bypassed. Never get complacent in life. You might do one thing well, right? But always add to it. Always add to it. Always add to yourself, right? Add a new skill. Add a new language. Like my son, my middle son, Cam, he's focusing on Spanish, learning Spanish, right? All right, well, I learned Spanish too, you know what I'm saying? Because not only does it advance your knowledge and skill set, but I travel a lot, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be nice to go to a Spanish-speaking country and be able to speak the language. You know what I'm saying? Always add to your repertoire. Don't get complacent. Mike McCarthy will be back as our head coach, boys, because he's on the same page as the Joneses book it. Hey, bro, I try to prepare for everybody for that, and Cowboys fans jump me on Twitter. I said, listen, y'all, I will not be shocked if Mike McCarthy returns. Here's the one reason why I don't let y'all go, man, because I'm almost hitting my step goal. Here is why I think Mike McCarthy returns, is because I don't think the Cowboys have an option that they think is better, that's available, right? I don't think there's a guy that's out there where Jerry was like, okay, that's the one. That's who I really, really want, right? I feel like if this was Sean Payton that was still available, I feel like Mike McCarthy would have been packed up and gone. If Sean Payton was still sitting there on TV and available, Jerry Jones would have Mike McCarthy packed and ready to go. Sean's in Detroit, or not Detroit, he's in Denver. Dan Quinn, he's the Washington. There's nobody that Jerry really wants. And so what they're going to do, they're going to give him the mulligan. They're going to say, we got some injuries. All Mike McCarthy has to do, I don't think, Carolina could probably do it for him because they play close, almost beat Philly, right? So if we beat Carolina, but if we turn around and either beat Tampa Bay, leave a scratch on Philly, or maybe we lose, but we leave a scratch on Washington, that's able to say this team competed at the end, till the end. We had a lot of injuries. We lost our quarterback. We had a lot of injuries, right? Even with that, Mike McCarthy still coached well. We was right in it to the end. We wasn't officially eliminated from playoffs. And they will be able to spin that to bring Mike McCarthy back. Now, what does that do for the fan base, the season ticket I don't know, right? But they will be able to use, boss, they'll be able to use that injury bug to say, we felt like if we didn't have the injuries, we was right there in the thick of things. And, Dak went down and we had the injury to Cooks and Micah and D-Law got hurt and we lose Zach Martin and we lost Overshawn and we lose, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll be able to kind of throw all that at you and repackage it. And then here's how they'll repackage it, which might be good for us draft heads, right? If you bring Mike McCarthy back, let's say February, around the Super Bowl. Bring Mike Zimmer back, Super Bowl. Cowboys fans are pissed off. We're online, we typing, this is bullshit. We should have fired Mike McCarthy. You'll see all the headlines, it's ridiculous, right? The Cowboys will go get you a toy real quick. You know what I'm saying? We'll go get you a toy, right? Sometimes when our kids are in the car and we're on a road trip and they're crying, they complain, you reach in your bag, hand them the tablet. You know what I'm saying? So that does leave the opportunity if Mike McCarthy, Zimmer's brought back, we cry in the back seat. All right, here's a wide receiver in T-Mac. Here's your wide receiver in Luther Burden. You know what I'm saying? Here's Ashton Genty. Boom. Jersey sales. You're excited. You gave us a tablet, gave us a sucker. We're excited. And that way, they can kind of just get some silence for a little bit while they make Micah Parsons hold out all the way to Oxnard. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the one thing that'll probably happen. Because if you go Mike McCarthy, re-sign Zimmer, and let's say you draft, even though I like Banks, an offensive tackle again, it's gonna be a lot of womp womps in there. it's gonna be a lot of womp womps in the air. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of womp womps in the air. You gotta go get a toy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go get a toy. And I think if that's the case, but like I said, I just don't think of a coaching candidate, y'all, outside of the Ben Johnsons or the Bobby Slowicks that really makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. I just don't see it, man. So, yo, I appreciate you all from coming on the morning walk, man. This is dope. Like, here's a case in point. I'm gonna show y'all, right? I just walked. Can't see it. So I got this. So if you guys haven't seen it, I'm gonna show it to you. Hold on. Let me jump off of it. So I got what I got is this. This thing's a beast, right? So this is an assault. This is an assault treadmill. So like there's no motor, right? So I just walk like that, right? You know what I'm saying? So I just walk on the treadmill and it walks with you. So I can sprint, do all that. But I messed up my knee running on it, so I ain't been sprinting. So I'm just walking, right? But this is dope, man, because overall, I walked 3 miles just talking to y'all, man, and don't even feel like it. I just been vibing, going live with y'all, walked 3 miles, about to go watch some film. I'll probably do Caleb Johnson today. I want to get through all the running backs. So we'll do Caleb Johnson. I also got to cook up Devin Neal for y'all. I'll probably do Devin Neal tomorrow. But, yeah, this has been dope, man. I'm going to do this a lot more. I'll probably do it tomorrow morning. So, like I said, I have to get these steps in every day. So it makes it a lot easier. Because normally I'm just out here by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here by myself. You know what I'm saying? Getting my thoughts out. But y'all make it go by quicker and a lot easier, man. So I appreciate all the support, man. Yo, everyone have a blessed morning. Go out there. Go for everything you want in life, man. Earn the weekend. Don't let nobody talk you out of your goals. Don't let nobody talk you out of your focus, man. Just go out there and start. Whatever you want in life, just go out there and start. Just start. You have nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose. You have zero to lose, man. Like, start slow and build up. Whether it's 10,000 steps or start with 4,000. Take more steps than you took yesterday. It's all that matters. One more step. Do me a favor. Whatever your goal is, do one more thing better than what you did yesterday, right? And ultimately what we're going to do, just like I tell y'all with Mozzie Smith or Jalen Tober, whoever, the important key is to go out there and stack days, right? Go out there and stack days, build consistency, and by the time we're doing these videos next year, I'm like, man, damn, Tuck's small as hell. Like, damn, Tuck. You know what I'm saying? We all going to be shining, man. We all going to be shining because every day we attempted to prove ourselves, man. So I appreciate each and one of y'all. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. We got film breakdown. We got live shows. We got all that coming in. Appreciate all the support. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. Go Cowboys. Peace.